Hello. I'm asking to what if Anakin and Padme join the Separatists? This is what if Anakin joined the CIS. But I believe that Anakin and Padme might both join, since if you've seen the Revenge of the Sith, towards the middle section of it, I believe, towards the end, Padme tells Anakin, do you think we might be on the wrong side? And that the democracy that we've been fighting for so long doesn't exist. So I believe if Anakin joined the Separatists, Padme will join him as well. That's if this takes place at Revenge of the Sith instead of in the Clone War. But anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll have the Star Wars Galaxies channel in the description below so you can check out this video for yourself. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's just check out what if Anakin joined the Separatists or the CIS.
What if Anakin and Padme joined the Separatist alliance?
Yep, this says Anakin joins it, but I'm gonna title it as what if Anakin and Padme both joined. But yeah, I believe this will take place in Revenge of the Sith when Padme talks to Anakin, told Anakin we might be on the wrong side.
Story for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and let's get right into it. Our story begins inside of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, as everyone is waiting for Bail Organa to speak. Padme Amidala waits anxiously in her pod. She remembers everything about the last few days leading up to this moment. Days ago, the Senate began debating about a bill to deregulate the banks, allow for millions more clone troopers to be paid for and created. Padme saw this as a terrible idea. She wanted peace in the galaxy. So Padme and Ahsoka secretly flew to Raxis, capital of the Separatists, and began negotiations with Senator Mina Bonteri.
Also, it takes place, this is during the Clone War too. It's okay, see. But yeah.
Of the Separatist Senate. Mina and Padme agreed to each motion a petition to their respective senates to begin peace negotiations. Things were looking good for a change, as the Separatist Senate actually voted in a majority to commence peace talks. Even Dooku supported this publicly, saying that if this is what majority wants, then peace talks can begin. But when Padme brought this to the Republic, something terrible happened. Before peace talks could be voted on, the Republic power grid was bombed. Dooku and Grievous secretly did this, and the Republic Senate immediately voted not to have peace talks, but instead, the bill for 5 million more clone troopers was reintroduced. The next couple days were spent with senators being threatened to vote in favor of this new bill, and Padme was waiting for Bail to speak against it, but her aide came to her with tragic news. Bail Organa was assassinated by Separatist bounty hunters before he could arrive. Padme couldn't believe it, but she refused to let this bill pass, so she called Anakin Skywalker for help. Please go to her office, grab the copy of Bail's speech that she had, and she would give the speech. She would grieve later. Today, she must honor Bail by giving this speech. Anakin agreed to do it, and he now snuck through the halls of the executive building, making his way to Padme's office, when he heard something familiar. The voice of Dooku. It was a pre-recorded message, and Dooku was speaking to Lot Dod of the Trade Federation, Goom Sam of the Techno Union, and Nix Card of the Banking Clan. Dooku told them that he has assurances from the Chancellor himself that Bail Organa will die, and the bill for 5 million more clones will certainly pass. All 3 of their corporations will get a heavy payday. Anakin didn't really think about the best path from here. He just followed his instincts, cutting the door lock, quickly running in to knock out all 3 of these terribly corrupt senators. Anakin found the message was still on their console, and he quickly downloaded it, sending it to Padme, telling her this was vital for her cause. Anakin couldn't believe it. Dooku and Palpatine were working together to prolong this war, and he decided to go to the Senate. Things could get messy from here. Padme would quickly receive Anakin's transmission and play it herself. Dooku speaking to the corporate alliance senators, telling them Bail is dead and the bill for more clones will pass. Dooku admitted he is working with Palpatine. This can end the war immediately. Padme would call her pod to the center, demanding to speak for Bail Organa, as he has been assassinated by bounty hunters. The Senate erupted in confusion as Padme plugged in the recording from Dooku. It quickly played, revealing to the Senate that Dooku and Palpatine together are working to pass the bill to continue the war. As it played for everyone to hear, Padme stared up at Palpatine, not breaking eye contact. And when it ended, Palpatine gave her a subtle but chilling smile. Palpatine waited for the Senate to calm down, and with a somber voice, he said that his worst fears are indeed realized. Dooku and Padme have been working together to sow division in the Republic, and he's been building up a case file to prove it. This video is the final evidence his security team needs to prove Padme is directly working with Dooku. Padme tried to protest, but Palpatine called for clone security to arrest her immediately, and Padme turned to see 10 clones now running right at her. But before she could be arrested, Anakin Skywalker jumped from a hidden area, landing in front of Padme, quickly throwing these clones backwards before igniting his lightsaber. Padme grabbed his hand as they ran into the halls, deflecting blaster fire, sprinting away. Anakin didn't kill any clones, but he was knocking them out, dismembering them if need be, keeping Padme safe as they ran to the main hall doors. Anakin used his comlink to call for Ahsoka, asking for immediate help, and Ahsoka said she would be there, not truly knowing what was going on. Anakin would guide Padme out of the door, where around 100 Coruscant Guard clones were suddenly waiting for them. Commander Fox ordered them to surrender, or
Charmin reinvented the
Oh my
square for a
God.
smoother tear. Oh yeah, Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Hold on, an Oreo snack cake? Yes, sir. Yummy.
or they will have to fire. Anakin saw Ahsoka flying in the distance though.
Yeah, this takes place way earlier than I expected this to take place. I was not thought this would take place like at Revenge of the Sith, towards like the middle of Revenge of the Sith. Not during the Clone Wars. But yeah. Let me know in the comments, when did you thought this would take place? During the Clone Wars, or towards at the end of Revenge, like towards Revenge of the Sith? That's how I thought when the original take place.
So he put his saber away, putting his hands up, and within seconds, he grabbed Padme, leaping into the open ramp of the Twilight as he and Padme were now safe. And he ordered Ahsoka to get to space, jump to Raxis, capital of the Separatist Senate. Once they were gone, the Jedi Council was immediately made aware of what happened. Padme was accused of treason against the Republic for accusing Palpatine of working with Dooku, and Jedi Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano helped her escape. All three of them were fugitives of the Republic, and any contact with them will be deemed as treason as well. The Council, mainly Obi-Wan, simply could not believe this. He knew Padme. She would never betray the Republic unless she had a real reason to. So Obi-Wan and the Council were on high alert to find out what was really going on here, and if the truth was revealed, they would make a move. While in hyperspace, Anakin and Padme apologized to Ahsoka. She was now complicit in whatever they were doing, and Anakin asked Padme what exactly they were doing. With a determined look, she said they were joining the Separatists. She sees now that the Separatists are right, and while Dooku and the corporate alliance of the Separatists may be corrupt like Palpatine, she knows that the people in the Separatist Senate, the ones like Mina Bonteri, they truly want peace, while those in the Republic only care about profit. They are draining the galaxy of its resources and their money in order to fill their own pockets. Ahsoka asked, truly for the first time, what is it that the Separatists actually want? Padme said it's very complicated, but laid out what she knows. The Separatist Parliament, aka the Separatist Senate, truly just wants to secede from the Republic and create their own new completely separate government. But the Republic doesn't want this to happen, and the corporate alliance of the Separatists, consisting of Newt Gunray and the Trade Federation, Wat Tambor and the Techno Union, and the others of that alliance, basically are greedy psychos with members in the Separatists and the Republic. Dooku and Grievous both lead the war effort, but not in the interests of the people. The people of the Separatists, the ones who started this movement, never wanted it to be about war. They just wanted to be separate of the corrupt Republic. So Padme basically said they'll be taking the side of those people who want out of the Republic, and she has a plan, but it's very risky. And she contacted an old friend, now Separatist Senator Avi Singh. On Raxis, Senator Singh set up a discreet meeting location, and he would soon welcome Padme, Anakin and Ahsoka to Raxis, and to the Separatist Alliance. Anakin and Ahsoka were very weary about all of this. As Jedi, they've been fighting Separatists constantly, but they did just learn that the Republic is not who they should be fighting for. And Padme would play the recording of Dooku for the Senator Singh, where Dooku admitted to directly be working with Palpatine. Senator Singh was taken aback. Most of the Separatist Senate truly believed that Dooku was a good man, but turns out he has become just as corrupt as anyone else. Singh asked if there was anyone out there who still wanted what was best for the people, and Padme said yes, the people of the Separatists, not the droids, not the Techno-Union, not the Trade Federation, not Dooku, no. The only people who want what is best for the people are the Separatist senators, and now Padme, Anakin, and Ahsoka. Singh said that they need the corporate alliance to pay for battle droids though. Without them, they can't fight the Republic. And Anakin jumped in now, saying that maybe the path to freedom is to stop fighting completely. Singh, Ahsoka, and Padme all looked at Anakin with confusion, but he told them to think about it. The Jedi and the clones are not mindless soldiers, they're good men and women. If the droids are shut down, and suddenly the defenders of the Separatist planets are actual people, then the Republic forces will stand down. Ahsoka said this is risky, but Anakin could be right. If the Jedi and clones don't have any droids to fight, and they're instead faced with the reality of fighting the people, Anakin's right. They may just stand down. Perhaps they will even switch sides. And upon learning the war is just one big play by Palpatine and...
How this turned into Anakin and Padme joined the Separatists. Now Ahsoka joined the Separatists. And now we're going to end up having the entire Republic join the Separatists now, really? Or something like that. Great.
Dooku. This was their best shot. Padme wished they could just go to the Jedi Council, tell them everything, but right now the three of them were labeled as traitors. The Jedi would be siding with the Republic until they had true reason not to, and if contacted, Anakin, Padme, and Ahsoka would be immediately arrested. So, Anakin told Senator Singh he needs all the information they have on the droids so he can find a way to shut down the entire army. Having access to all of the Separatist information was proving valuable already, not surprisingly. And while Anakin and Ahsoka researched through all of the classified information on the droids, Padme and Separatist Singh went to the Separatist Senate, where everyone was gathered as Dooku was speaking to them via hologram. Dooku was saying that the Republic has unfortunately declined their efforts for peace, and thus the war must continue with more battle droids. But Padme entered, exclaiming to the senators here that Dooku lies. She told everyone who she was, and then described what she saw. Although Dooku accepted the peace offerings from the Senate, he hired bounty hunters to intimidate Republic senators into declining the peace talks, while working directly with Palpatine to continue this war. Dooku demanded that no one believe her, but Padme had the proof, playing the recording of Dooku admitting to killing Bail and purposely continuing this war. Eruptions in the Separatist Senate began as Dooku's feed was suddenly cut, and they were all in complete shock. Their great leader was a traitor. He was just like the rest of them. But Senator Singh brought Padme to the front, and they laid out their extremely risky plan to the senators here. Separatist Jedi Anakin Skywalker is going to shut the droids down, and the Separatists will show their true strength, the loyalty and the will of the people. If the Republic still chooses to fight once the droids are shut down, then the galaxy will see who the real savages are, and more planets will join their cause. The plan was risky, but it was better than continuing the war under a known corrupt leadership. And soon, Anakin and Ahsoka had the information from Separatist records on where...
Which one has more like a wing to it? Republic Jedi Knight Republic Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker, or Separatist Jedi Knight Anakin Skywalker? I don't know which one sounds better.
The droid shutdown command could be accessed from Mustafar, so the two of them would take a Separatist ship to Mustafar, gaining access through the Separatist blockade using the chain code from Senator Singh. Things were almost going too well. The two of them descended down into the planet, landing the ship in a hidden cavern on the side of a smaller volcano, and they made their way through the planet, soon finding the Mustafar control center. Luckily, they had R2-D2 with them, and R2 had the schematics of the building downloaded, so they made their way inside, destroying the droid security in here, and R2 would plug into the console. R2 was searching for the shutdown command, and things were too quiet. Ahsoka turned to Anakin, saying she has a bad feeling about this. R2 beeped that he can't find the shutdown yet, but he did find something else. A protocol called Order 99 that can cause all droids to immediately shift alliances, firing on their leaders, and then themselves until they are all destroyed. Anakin realized this was much better than just a simple shutdown. This could cause the droids to turn on Dooku, Grievous, and all of the Separatist military leaders. Anakin told R2 to do it, and the droid said it would take some time. And suddenly, a loud clanking could be heard all around the facility. Anakin and Ahsoka couldn't place where it was coming from, but the clanking, which sounded like footsteps, suddenly came to a stop. Anakin looked to Ahsoka as both of them ignited their sabers, and the floor from under Ahsoka was ripped away. She barely moved before falling, and General Grievous entered the room, laughing as he ignited 4 sabers. Anakin told R2 to finish hacking into the signal, send Order 99 to the droids, then he and Ahsoka ran into battle against Grievous, pushing him away from R2. Grievous spun his sabers, deflecting the strikes from the Jedi as they quickly moved to a bridge over the lava. Grievous was very aggressive, but Anakin and Ahsoka were strong together as they continued fighting him, keeping him away from R2, trying to gain an advantage as Grievous used all 4 sabers with extreme strength. Inside of the control room, R2 finally had the signal ready. He was about to send the Order 99 command to the droids when 2 Magna Guards entered, stabbing their staff right through the ground where R2 was. He was able to spin away, just barely avoiding the Magna Guard, and R2 sprayed them with fuel before putting his console back into the machines and activating Order 99. Right as it was activated, he was able to escape the 2 Magna Guards, with his jets flying over the lava back to Anakin and Ahsoka's ship. And now, back on the bridges above the lava, Anakin and Ahsoka still fought Grievous, and neither side was gaining ground, but Grievous managed to kick Anakin, sending him crashing to the ground. He had Ahsoka alone, and he was hungry for the kill. But now, from around every corner and every building on Mustafar, every available battle droid began running out and targeting Grievous. R2 did it. Order 99 was activated. Grievous was focused on the Jedi when blaster bolts suddenly hit him in the legs and shoulder, allowing the Jedi to cut him down, and Grievous fell into the lava with a final angry scream. Anakin and Ahsoka watched as the droids all now turned on each other until none of them were left. This happened across the galaxy on countless battlefronts. Jedi and clones in battle suddenly realized what was happening as the droids turned on their leaders, and then on each other. On Cato Nemoidia, Newt Gunray was killed by his droids. The same happened to Wat Tambor and the other leaders of the corporations. On Sereno, Dooku was meeting with Sidious via hologram, when the Separatist ships in space all turned from being a blockade, aiming down at Dooku's castle, firing down on it, obliterating it with him inside, and then all the ships turned on each other, blowing them up in space. Sidious could only watch through the hologram, couldn't believe what was happening. The Separatist senators were in no danger, as they had no control of the army, and so as Anakin and Ahsoka returned to Raxis, every last battle droid was gone. The Republic was sending a message to all of them. Senator Ryo Chuchi and Jedi Master Mace Windu called the Separatist Senate and said now that the droid armies, Dooku, Grievous, and the corporate leaders are gone, they are expecting an immediate surrender. But together, Padme and Anakin told Windu and Chuchi that no, the Separatists do not surrender to the corrupt Republic, the corrupt Chancellor. Instead, they demand that the Republic stop the fighting and allow the Separatists to officially be their own state, completely separate of the Republic, a new government. Windu tilted his head, saying they have no army, no leadership, no leverage for these demands. Padme said it simply doesn't matter. They have the people, and the people of the thousands of Separatist planets will not back down. The Separatists were never meant to be a group for war. They're now asking for peace, and now the Republic must choose whether it will honor these requests or kill innocent people in their crusade to keep the broken, corrupt, evil Republic together. The feed was cut without an answer, and now the Separatists could do only one thing: wait. And inside of the Jedi Council, the Masters all discussed this, and for the first time, they really wondered what side to choose. They were able to access a feed of the Republic Senate, where Palpatine was giving a speech to the senators. For Palpatine, the recent events were simply not good at all, but he could still win in his favor. He just needs to eliminate the Separatists' hope for a peaceful solution, and when they eventually start fighting back, he can wipe them out, become Emperor of the Galaxy. And so Palpatine began immediately dispatching clones and Jedi generals to all of the Separatist planets. The mission was to begin an immediate occupation, force these planets to rejoin the Republic, or their supplies would be completely cut. As the Council heard this, they knew they were indeed on the wrong side. The people they were sworn to protect were about to suffer mightily, while they were supposed to just enforce this suffering. No, this was not the way. The Chancellor has gone too far. The Separatists willingly shut down their armies and have proven to the galaxy they only want peace and separation from this corrupt republic. The Jedi could finally see that they were blindly serving a Senate that consistently fails the people they were sworn to protect. So once more, Windu and the Council contacted Raxis, asking for Anakin and Padme, and for the first time, they decided to trust that perhaps the Separatist senators were the good people, while the Republic was not serving the people. Padme was accused of treason for accusing Palpatine of working directly with Dooku, but today the Council sided with Padme and Anakin, and the Council informed the Separatists that they are on their side, and they're going to move on Palpatine. Anakin said this is dangerous, the Jedi Order will be targeted next, and Obi-Wan told them that half of the Council will be focused on mass evacuation for the Jedi, while the other half moves on Palpatine. Senator Singh spoke up, telling the Jedi to go to the forests of Onderon. The Jedi who are unable to fight will be hidden there. It's safe. The Council thanked Senator Singh, and the Jedi Council began its new moves. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, on many Separatist planets, Jedi and clones were beginning their occupations, but it would quickly go from willingly doing all of these things to realizing they were wrong. One by one, the clone troopers saw that when they weren't fighting mindless battle droids, they were only causing the suffering of innocent people who wanted better lives than what the Republic offered. Countless planets in both the Republic and Separatists had electricity, food, water, education, other necessary public services stripped away to pay for more clones and droids. The people they fought for were suffering, and so the Jedi and clones would turn from strictly ruling over these Separatist citizens to trying to actually help them. And in Palpatine's office, he was beginning to go a bit insane. Order 66 was perhaps his only option left, but before he could activate the order, Yoda, Windu, Kenobi, Plo, Shaak Ti, Saesee Tiin, and Aegon Kolar entered, igniting their lightsabers, telling Chancellor Palpatine his rule is now coming to an end for continuing this war without peace negotiations. Palpatine said this is treason. The Jedi Order will pay for this. But still, Windu told Palpatine to come with them. He is under arrest. And Palpatine screamed out in anger, igniting two blades, spinning at the Jedi. Aegon Kolar and Shaak Ti were cut down immediately, while the other Jedi quickly had to begin fighting Palpatine. Within a few strikes, Saesee Tiin also fell to Sidious's blade, but the other Jedi stood strong. Yoda and Obi-Wan moved in on one side, while Plo and Windu attacked from the other side, and quickly they were able to overwhelm Palpatine, as Mace Windu got the final strike, killing the Sith Lord. Upon entering, the Jedi didn't know that Palpatine was Sidious, but now the Sith were gone, and the Jedi boarded one of the evacuation ships, as Coruscant was left behind by the Jedi. With Palpatine gone, the Republic would quickly begin to crumble. The Jedi Order and clone armies would abandon their posts, instead using their abilities to provide relief aid to planets across the galaxy. In the Separatist Senate, Padme was made the unofficial leader of the new government, and every single day, hundreds of new planets would declare they were leaving the Republic to join the Separatists. The Republic Senate would become nothing more than a power vacuum, with only the most corrupt politicians choosing to remain in office. And over the weeks, as the Separatist government began to prosper, with help from Padme, the Jedi, clones, and the senators who truly cared about their people, Coruscant quickly became home of scum and villainy. The new government gave people safety, security, food, water, electricity, and true peace as, although they technically lost the fighting war, the strength of the people became unified. As Coruscant became a wasteland for the worst kinds of people, the new Jedi Order prospered by living on various planets in the Mid and Outer Rim, becoming keepers of the peace, while leader Padme and her two top security aides, Anakin and Ahsoka, would guide the galaxy to peace, welcoming countless planets into the new government and creating a new unified galaxy. And folks, that is our story for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Honestly, I had some trouble with this. It's hard to write a super political story because,
Yeah.
it's hard to get into the super nitty-gritty of the Separatist Senate and the corporate alliance and just all that stuff, deregulating the banks, because at the end of the day, that's not the most fun topic, but I wanted to
No.
do it in a way where, Anakin and Padme are going to join the Separatists, but they're never going to side with Grievous and Dooku. That just doesn't make sense. Their ideals just don't line up with those two at all. Grievous is, just a genuinely evil being at this point.
Yeah.
He wasn't always. And same with Dooku. Like, Dooku at the beginning of, Tales of the Jedi, and even maybe at the beginning of the Clone Wars, was redeemable, but halfway through the Clone Wars at least, he's just gone. He's a dark side user, so I can't really have Anakin, unless he's turning to the dark side, I can't have Anakin just jump in and join the Separatists with Dooku and Grievous, so instead I can have them join the Separatists on the side of the people, and do what they did in this video. So I hope that made sense. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought. Check out the second channel. Link in the description. Appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Yep.
Try Cascade Platinum Plus. It removes up to 100% of food residue, even in older dishwashers.
So I kind of thought it was a little bit different, but yeah. Anyway. Bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. But yeah, I thought it would take place. Again, I thought it would take place during Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith, when Padme said to Anakin, I think we might be found on the wrong side. But it turned out to be on during the Clone Wars. Anyway, bye for now. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And I'll have his channel in the description below, so you can check out the video for yourself. And don't forget to check out my reaction playlist too to see more of my reactions. Bye.